We've all suffered from hunger pangs that always seem to hit around 3 p.m., causing us to reach for a candy bar, chips, or some other unhealthy snack. What that grumble is your stomach really means is that you didn't eat the right food during lunch or sustain you for the rest of the afternoon. To make sure you're feeling up properly, have a look at this feeling food that will help you feel full for a very long time, because whatever it is you're making, you need to make sure that it is good enough for it to sustain you throughout the day, and that is why it's called lunch before dinner time. Why eating right for lunch is important is because it provides energy and nutrients to keep the body and brain working efficiently through the afternoon. A packed lunch made at home can be healthy and delicious choice and gives you control over the food and then the ingredients included. So today we're going to be looking at how you can make those combinations, what you should put in your food. Is it what kind of carbohydrate, what kind of protein, what do you really need? What is it that cannot be missed out when it comes to getting your lunch ready? Welcome to Lunch Global. Today I am Chunk Anamel Joseph, and we'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back from the break. This is Lunch Global. If today is the first time of catching up with us, you are at the right place because there is so much more to learn here. And today we're talking about why it's very important for you not to miss out on your lunch. It has almost become a lifestyle, a tradition, a way of life for like almost everybody to skip the right time to go in to eat their lunch. Probably because of work, because of engagement. Maybe you have so much and you don't want to disappoint your boss. But first things first, you don't have to go out to eat. Sometimes just make sure you have something in your drawer, in your bag, so you can munch on it. And most importantly, yesterday we spoke about certain snack you can make from home, finger foods you can make from home, bring them to the office, bring them to your workplace, and of course you can enjoy it at any given time. But today now we're looking at those right combination that you need, those right food class that should be inculcated in your food and how you should go about it. And first of all, we'll be looking at food that carries complex carbohydrate. And we know that skipping complex carbohydrate at lunch is sure to land you in a hunger zone later in the day. Now, the difference between complex carbohydrate and the simple carbohydrate is the fact that the complex carbohydrate keeps you feeling fuller. So we're talking about like brown bread, they sustain. We're talking about brown rice. We're talking about beans. All those are complex carbohydrate that you can eat, and then it keeps you feel full for longer period of time. So not only does your body digest them slowly, it keeps the body full for longer, but they also happen to be very nutritious. Like whole grains are rich in fiber, which is key for a healthy digestive tract and preventing several types of cancer. And when choosing bread, make sure it has at least 2 or 3 grams of fiber per slice and is made with 100% whole wheat. But you don't have to limit your carbohydrate intake to bread. Sweet potatoes are a very complex carbohydrate as well, especially when you eat with the skin, which will be digested slowly, keeping you full for several hours. Now, they are also rich in vitamin A and vitamin C and also help lower blood pressure. Suggestion now, what you need if you have to go in with your your complex carbohydrate, you need a whole grain bread, just as I said earlier, whole grain pasta, your brown rice, and sweet potatoes. Now, you have to be intentional, even when you're buying your foodstuff in the market. Sometimes the label will indicate whether this particular food is a complex carbohydrate or a simple carbohydrate. You know, earlier I was saying, okay, the difference is simple carbohydrate digests super fast. They don't sustain you that much, which I will still bring in white rice, white bread. I spoke about the wheat bread, but then white bread doesn't even keep you fuller for long. The white rice as well. So when you are going in with a complex carbohydrate, you can go in with a whole grain bread, a whole grain pasta, the brown rice, sweet potatoes. At least that will keep you feeling full for quite a period of time before your dinner time. And sometimes we tend to eat the food, our lunch, at the wrongest time ever. So before the time for lunch, you're already feeling so hungry and you just get to eat. And before the time for dinner, you're not even feeling hungry. So you might not even really want to eat at the right time. You eat when it's not really time for dinner, and when the time you're supposed to be resting and relaxing, that'll be the time that you're thinking of, okay, I feel hungry now at 10 p.m., at 9 p.m., you're feeling hungry, and then that's the time you want to go and eat. So you need to avoid that as much as you can. That's why we're trying to understand, okay, how do I get this? What and what should be? If I just say, just eat complex carbohydrate, you ask questions like, okay, what and what should I eat that will help me get myself sustained for the period of time before my dinner time? Now, moving on, we're going to be talking about protein. And protein, because your body digests protein slowly, that's why protein are always good. The body system doesn't just digest protein so fast, but then it digests very, very slow than other food group. Incorporating them into your midday meal will provide you with some serious lasting power. More suggest salmon, an excellent source of protein and omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for your heart. And also, you can go in with chicken, which is easy to incorporate into almost any lunch, but fish and poultry aren't the only good source of protein. Next time you're at the salad bar, throw in some black beans, kidney beans, lima beans, pinto beans, or navy beans for extra protein and extra fiber. And for suggestion of your protein, it doesn't have to be fish, it doesn't have to be egg. You know, beans are also good. We know there are baked beans, there are brown beans, black beans, a lot of beans out there. It doesn't have to be the normal beans we make our beans porridge, or normal beans we know and all that. No, there are other beans that we can use. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't eat this kind of beans. I'm a local man, or I'm a local woman. I prefer to eat a particular type of beans. What we're talking about is you eating the right thing. Is you having that extra protein in your body? Is you trying to keep yourself healthy in check? You're eating the right food, and at the same time, you're not exposing yourself to so much hunger, because it will lead to health issues. It might affect your health, thereby causing you certain health conditions that at the end of the day, instead of protecting yourself and then sheltering yourself from all of that, you're not exposing yourself to them for free. Now, for the suggestion, you can go in with salmon, with chicken, with tuna, nuts, tofu, beans, turkey, lean beefs, and eggs. So it depends on whatever works for you, then works for you. You know, I can't tell you, okay, because I love chicken, everybody needs to eat chicken. Protein is protein. Make sure that whatever you're eating, at least, yes, not everybody has money to buy meat or buy fish all the time, but try your possible best, even if it's just one egg a day. I remember when we were in secondary school, you know, they always tell you one egg is enough, one egg in a day. And then to buy egg was, I think, 20 naira or thereabout, or be 15 naira or 20 naira, 25 naira. I knew how it's kept going and going and going and going. And right now they sell eggs 100 naira, 150. I don't know if some places even sell 200 naira. But then egg is hot cake. So if you want to buy egg for like maybe 4,000 plus, 4,700, 4,800, you can as well, maybe that will last you longer than buying maybe beef in the market, because to buy beef now, a whole kilo of beef is like 6,000 naira, if I'm not mistaken, 6,000 naira, yeah, or thereabout. So at least that will work better. When you buy eggs, it will sustain better, but make sure that you try your best to at least eat protein every day. If there's no money at all, you can eat beans, you can eat lean beef, you can eat tofu, you can just eat nuts as well, so that you make sure that you are keeping your health in check. Moving forward, you can also go in with low dairy, fat dairies that are milks that are very, very low in fat. Skimmy milk. Just because you don't like milk doesn't mean you have to skip your dairy intake. That's for you to know that you have the responsibility of going in with dairy every day of your life. 1 ounce of 2% cheese will provide 3.5 grams of fat and 5.5 grams of protein, helping to keep you full. And when choosing dairy, pick reduced fat versions to limit saturated fats but maximize lasting power. Ending your meal with a container of low-fat yogurt provides protein and calcium and satisfy your desserts craving. Suggestion for it, I said it earlier, I will always have to give you suggestion because you might ask questions, and you are free to always ask questions to know more. If you want suggestions, you want ideas, and sometimes you're confused. Okay, you've been using this, and then maybe you are reacting to a certain diary and you want something different. Now, you need to ask questions. You need to ask professionals. You don't need to just go to Google. Google can just tell you anything you want to know. You can go on the internet and find solution. But it won't explain to you in details why you need that. You won't be able to tell Google that, oh, I have this health condition. No, it's not a doctor that will diagnose you or check you and know exactly what you need. So all the time when you have reactions, when you have allergies, you should always at all times ask either a nutritionist, a dietitian. It has to be a professional. So for the suggestions of your diary, you can go in with low-fat milk, reduced fat cheese. You can go in with yogurt. You can go in with soy milk. And most of the time people go in with Greek yogurt because it has it has a very, very low fat, and the combination, you can combine it with your fruit, you can combine it with any other thing you want. You can combine it with your cereals, you can combine it with your oats. It depends on how you enjoy. But I guess the popular one that we all know is a lot of people make that combination with grapes, strawberries, bananas, coconuts, with your just nuts and your seeds, and that combination is just, it's like you're just putting everything in your plate, and it's very, very filling. Now, you also go in with assorted fruit. I said that when I'm talking about the diary. So assorted fruits are also good. You can make your fruit salad. You can even make your vegetable salad and put a little bit of fruit. But then your body needs fresh fruit every day, because fresh fruit makes for a perfect lunchtime dessert that won't cause your energy to crash in the late afternoon, unlike other sugary options. But it's also an excellent add-in to salad and sandwiches. The high amount of monosaturated fat, about 6 grams per half cup in an avocado, will fill you up significantly. Slicing it over a salad or making a spread for your sandwich. Apple contains 5 grams of fiber and about 80% water, so they fill your belly, making them a great dessert option. Raisins also, which are sweets, portable and loaded with fiber, and you can also all include that in your assorted fruit. Just combination, we call it fruit salad. It's not probably the English assorted fruit salad, assorted beef, assorted chicken. Yeah, but then fruit salad is good. If you love fruits, then make sure you have varieties. I always, when I'm talking, like all the time when I'm talking about fruit, I always have this intention for kids, because they need it. You have to make sure that anytime you give your child food to eat, you should not forget to give them fruits. Even if it's oranges, even if it's bananas, at least let them have that fruit in there. Let it be their dessert. Now, for your suggestions, if you want to make your good combinations, you can make your fruit salad with oranges, apples, avocado, mangoes, blueberries, raisins, and bananas, and that will just come out very, very, very sweet. The bananas are there, the berries are there. You can even use strawberries, any berry of your choice, but make sure that you have that dessert. Now, let's see the importance of eating a healthy lunch, because it is very, very important for you to eat healthy. It's not all about eating to satisfy your cravings, your hunger, but then you should be intentional about your health. Remember, when you are not healthy, it's either, sorry to say, but that's the reality, it's either you find yourself in the hospital, or at the end of the day, you don't even know where you are at all. Maybe in the grave, which is not the prayer for anybody or the portion for anybody. But then if you do not look out for your health, that will be the result at the end of the day. Eating a healthy lunch is important for so many reasons, because food gives us our energy. Eating a nutrient-packed lunch helps us avoid a mid-afternoon crash. Skipping lunch leaves you starving by the time we get home from work or rounding up errands. So this leads to binge eating, or the temptation to hit the drive-through. Taking time out of your busy day to eat lunch with a friend or co-worker help you refresh and it helps you also build relationship. So two things that are great for our spirit. So what should you eat to get the nutrition you need? Now, the key to healthy lunches lies in two components: simplicity and the brown bag. Stock up on simple, nutritious ingredients and pack your lunch the day before. By making your own meal, you are more likely to stick with your meal plan, and not eating out will save you calories, as prepared food are often loaded with extra preservatives and sauces that add up quickly. The truth is, skipping lunch or any meal really creates a domino effect on your well-being. Approximately 3 out of 4 people who skip meal fail to consume enough essential vitamins and minerals needed to stay healthy and energized. Even worse still, skipping lunch causes your body to go into starvation mode, which triggers those intense cravings for fatty, greasy, salty, convenient foods. Skipping lunch is associated with mental fatigue and poor memory because your body hasn't gotten the nutrients it needs. In fact, passing on your midday meal can cause your body sugar to drop, which makes you feel sleepy, weak, and even disoriented in some cases. And you can bear me with that, because sometimes, like, you don't even eat, you starve yourself. You'll be starving, and at the same time, you'll be feeling like, okay, I'm not really hungry. Before you know it, you are weak, you're sleepy, you're not just in the mood, you are disorganized, you are disoriented. Nothing is just entering your head. So when you're tired, you're more likely to be irritable and experience brain fog, which can create a cycle of depletion. On the other hand, eating a large lunch or an unhealthy lunch can cause a spike in blood sugar, which can lead to mental fatigue. It can also backfire and cause you to eat worse food later in the day. So eating a balanced diet lunch complete with healthy food every day is the key to staying alert, energized, and on top of your A game. But odds are, when you think of healthy, you probably picture chomping down on a salad sand dressing. The good news is, eating clean doesn't have to mean sacrificing flavor. There are lots of things you can make your delicious food, very nutritious food, and then eating healthy doesn't mean you have to just eat a lot of food just because you're hungry, or you have to pack your plate with so much. No. Work on your portion control, very important. You can eat, okay, so there's 3 square meal that we all know. Say, oh, you have to eat 3 square meal in a day. You have to eat that. Your portion control, you might not eat to the satisfaction of the food, but when you feel full at that period, just stop it. The food is not running away. The food is there. If you go to a restaurant and you know the food is too much, you can't eat it, divide the food into 2. Just divide the food into 2. Pack the half, eat the half, take the half back to the office. When hunger strikes again, you can as well eat your food than eating everything at the same time. Now, there are certain food that are very satisfying when it comes to lunch. They are very satisfying. They make you feel full. You are okay. You just feel like, I've arrived, that energy is there and all of that. And those food, I'm going to give you some ideas, and then you go to your home, go to your kitchen, and make your own creativity, or tell your chef to do it for you. That's if you have a chef. Now, we're talking about whole grain pasta salad with roasted or steamed veggies. I will say it again, whole grain pasta salad with roasted or steamed veggies, a whole grain spaghetti with vegetable marinara, now roasted vegetable sandwich or whole grain bread with grainy mustard. You can go in with also roasted turkey sandwich with spinach or a whole grain bagel. You can go in with canned or grilled tuna on a bed of spinach greens, roasted chicken with a half of raw vegetables on the side, dipped in fat-free dressing, whole wheat pita, stuffed with diced chicken, black bean spread, spinach, and red pepper. Before now, I still made emphasis on your meal plan. Now, you can still plan your meal if you work, and then sometimes it's hard for you to wake up in the morning, you start making your food, start thinking, okay, I'm supposed to go to work at 7. Oh, like we have to wake up at 4 a.m., I have to wake up at 5 a.m. No. Now, you can plan your meal for the week by like during the weekend. You have the weekend, you have Saturdays when you have less schedule, or Sundays when you have less schedule, or even Fridays. Since Friday is a little bit relaxed, you can plan it before you, maybe if you're a person who goes out, okay, but then you can plan it so it helps you have like, you know, it helps you go through the week without stress of thinking what to eat, or even skipping your lunch just because it's tiring. I know, I understand it's always tiring for one to buy food. It tires me to buy food in restaurants all the time. Like, I'm like, how do everyone cope? Because I can't be eating the same food every day. It doesn't even taste like home food. So your home food is just the perfect thing you can give yourself every day. So how do you make your meal plan? Now, planning now helps you make sure you are leaving the house every day with a healthy lunch. If you work from home, planning is just as important. It can be tempting to skip meal planning when you know you can pop into the kitchen and throw a meal together. But making lunch on the fly can be disastrous for your healthy eating plan. To set yourself up for the week of lunchtime success, plan your lunches on the day off, on your day off, maybe a day before your day, anytime that is your day off, where maybe it's weekend, just try and make your meal plan. Now it helps you make that meal perfectly, and then you take your time and then you come up with something really good. So you make a list of the lunches you want, and then head to the grocery store to stock up on items you need. Have portion meal containers and zipper food bags available so you can pull your lunches together with ease. When you have a scrambled around to find a lunch container, it can be tempting to give up and just head out the door. Meal preparation is another option. If you're taking lunches that can be packed in advance, prepare an entire week of lunches on your day off. One option is to make a big pot of veggie-filled soup a couple of times a week, especially if you enjoy a hot lunch. You can make your chicken soup, your vegetable soup, your beef soup, and then pack it, preserve it, put it in your refrigerator. When you wake up every morning, you can decide to, okay, boil your rice a night before, or maybe make your pasta a night before, and you can even go in with just your stir veggies, with your chicken or your salmon or any protein of your choice. You can even make them with your scrambled eggs, with your your stir-fried veggies, and then you pack them, and then voila, you go to work. I know some people like, I'm an African man, I'm a Nigerian man, I like my swallow every day. It's okay, it's good for you to have your swallow, but sometimes you don't even have the time to wake up in the morning and start making your swallow. But to make semo is quite easy. So when you have your egusi soup or your vegetable soup in your fridge, you can always take out of it, microwave it, make your semo, or you wanted to say gari, and I've said, oh, I talk about gari every day because that's my favorite swallow. I love it. But then you can make your gari, which is eba, in the morning. It's easy to make. Pack it in your lunch bag. And some people are like, how will I eat even gari when it's cold? And that's why it's always nicer when you make semo. Semo is quite light, and then when it's in the warmer, it's always warmer. When there's microwave in the office, of course, you can always microwave your food and you can enjoy it. So it's easier for you to make your food at home. I know it can be exhausting, but when the soup is there, to make the second option is always easy, either to boil rice or to boil pasta or to boil yam or to make your swallow. It's more easier than making everything from the scratch. So we're going to be putting a stop here today. It's Friday, and I hope you're going to enjoy the rest of your weekend. And make sure you catch up with us on Lunch Global every day at 12:30 because there is so much more for you to learn. I am still your host, Chunk, and I'm El Joseph, and I'll be leaving you here for now. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a good weekend. Bye.